Woo! You're such a dork. So we're always looking for new ways to make do with what we have and to make our living situation just a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more efficient for us. And so the things that I'm going to be doing today are in search of making the apartment look a little bit better and making our bedroom in particular a little bit more efficient for us in terms of where we put things and storing things. And hopefully, because of the thing that I'm doing today is I'm putting up a mirror in our bedroom along with some artwork, but I'm also putting up some storage solutions for things like my makeup, my hair supplies, jewelry, so I can store them in a way that I can access them, and so that I can do my makeup and things and without being in the bathroom when Ken needs to be in there, because the bathroom is very small. So come along and I'll show you what we're planning on doing, okay? So I read about this trick once where you take a piece of tape and you put it down over the brackets of your whatever you're trying to hang, and you make a mark where you want the nails to be. And then you just use the tape on the wall instead of trying to do any sort of measuring or trying to hold up the thing you're trying to hang while you're trying to measure. I'm one person. I don't have 4 arms. So what I'm going to do here, I've taken a piece of tape. I only have packing tape at the moment. I wish I had painter's tape or something to protect the walls, but yeah, I think this should be fine. So there's one, and there's the other. Now you just have to make sure that it's level, but in theory, you should be able to use the piece of tape Guys, I just remembered I got this tape at Walmart on clearance last week that I didn't know what I was going to do with. But it might work perfectly for this today. It's Post-it tape. It's made entirely of the same adhesive that's on Post-its. So, let's give it a try. two racks that I got at IKEA. I think I have my necklaces hung. And I'll probably put a brush or something in here, but right now they have makeup remover wipes. And then on the smaller one up above, I have all of my earrings hung. I try to find clips that are a little more aesthetically pleasing, but they have to go around the diameter of the bar in order to clip. So I couldn't find anything smaller. You could probably paint these, and in the future, if I decide to continue with this as a storage system, I probably will paint them. But for now, I'm fine with this. Yeah. And then over here, also from IKEA, I got this magnetic board. A lot of people use it for like a message center or something like that. But I decided to put my makeup and hair accessories on it. Down here, I have some metal cups that have like lipstick and lip liner, eyeliner, and mascara, and brow gel. And then my tools like tweezers and brushes and things. And then I got these at the Dollar Tree, these little tins. And they have bobby pins. I don't know if you can see that. It's a bit glary. Hair clips, sharpeners, pencil sharpeners for like mascara or eyeliner and lip liner and things. And then those little, I don't know if you could see them, those little clips. And hair ties. And this one is empty. What am I going to put in there? I don't know. And then the mirror that I hung. So that is the solution for now. There are a few things that aren't on the magnetic board yet, like my foundation and my sponges and things. That I have a couple more eyeshadow palettes that are not on here. They don't really fit. I could probably put the eyeshadow palettes on up there, but they have the one I'm thinking of in particular is this one, and it's got like a velour packaging, so it's kind of hard to put the magnets on the back. And that's all I did was I took the packaging and I got magnets off of Amazon for like $1. It wasn't much more than that, and then I just super glued them on. But because of the velour packaging of that one palette, it's the glue doesn't really want to stick. So check back in a few weeks. I might find a solution. I'm thinking of going back to the Dollar Tree and just thinking getting like a one of their plastic organizers, just the one, yeah, and then putting some magnets or something on there. So check back in a couple weeks, and I might have come up with a solution for some of the bigger things, some of the things that won't work, or some of the things that I can't put magnets on. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Bye. There. You don't need to check back in a few days or a few weeks. I got it finished for this video. So it turns out you need a few more magnets on these than you might think, especially if you're putting in anything of like substance. But after a little trial and error, I figured it out. They have 5 or 6 magnets on the back of them. And then the palettes, the smaller ones have 2, and then the large one has 3, which actually, this palette, which I was worried wasn't going to make it up at all, it actually, the magnets stuck to it better than anything else. So just put some magnets on something and see if it works, because sometimes it will, despite what you might think. So there we are. The project is done. Woo! Good morning, everybody. I just dropped Ken off at work, and now I'm off to run some errands. I'm going to this fabulous little place that Ken and I just discovered a few days ago, and we both said as we walked in, man, I really wish we'd brought the camera so that we could film this. So now I'm taking the camera back so that I can film it and show you. It's called the Finger Lakes Tea Company, and it's run by a woman named Lily. And they have 30 acres of farm land, and they grow all of their own tea. Picking some tea up for my mom for Mother's Day, and then we're gonna go to Souders, which is just an institution here in this area. I was looking at the Facebook page for it last night, and it's just all of these comments about, oh my god, I love that place. I go there every time I'm up there. Oh my gosh, you have to try this or so-and-so, or they have this. It's run by the Mennonites here in this area, the Amish and the Mennonites. And so it's very reminiscent of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, which is where I spent many years of my childhood. So yeah, we're gonna go do that, and you're gonna come with me. All right, that stop is complete. I got my mom a tin of 20 tea bags, 10 different tea bags, so or 10 different varieties. When I get home, I'll show them to you. I didn't take you inside to show you because A, it was pretty dark inside, and I didn't think it was going to show up on the camera, and B, confession time, I have pretty major social anxiety, and I thought, you know, maybe I would just be gutsy and ask if it was okay if I took pictures in there. I even had this vision of maybe asking her questions and getting some answers. What's a fire? But it didn't happen, because when Ken is not around, I suddenly feel very, very aware that I am alone and out in the crowd, and starts to get very anxious. I start to get very anxious. So I didn't take any video. I did take a few pictures and from the outside, and I will insert them here. I'm hoping that through this vlogging experience, I will get better at being a little bit more comfortable in public. I haven't always been this way. I mean, I've always been shy. I've always been hesitant to be out in public, but it has gotten significantly worse in the last few years, to the point where I have panic attacks, and yeah. So with any luck, I don't know, my hope is that through this vlogging experience, something positive happens. Whether it's in me personally, or in my life, or for the people that I love. Well, we'll see. It's an experiment, and I'm all about experiments. So, we are now on our way to Souders. I have no idea if I will take you inside there. It's a bigger place. It's like a indoor farmer's market. They have local vegetables and fruits, and there's a deli, and all sorts of dried goods and bulk foods and things like that. So if I don't take you in, I will try and take some pictures again. But the plan there is to find a shoe fly pie And if you are not from South Central Pennsylvania, you may not know what that is. It's Pennsylvania Dutch, which is why you might not know what it is. And the main component of it is molasses, which my mom loves. I love molasses too, but it's Mother's Day, so I'm trying to get her something that I know she'll love. I got her a mini one of these pies a couple of months ago, and I ended up eating half of it, and we both went, why don't we have this more often? It's so simple to make, but because I don't have the time or the resources to make it today, I am going to go buy it. Someday I will make it, and it's easy, but I don't have the right cooking implements or the ingredients at the moment. So maybe I'll get Mom to make it for you someday. My mom is a phenomenal cook, and usually if I can get her to make something rather than me make something, it'll turn out better. I am not a bad cook. I am an even better baker. But yeah, there's something about Mama cooking. Something about Mama cooking. I ended up not filming at Souders because it was shockingly, staggeringly busy today. I didn't know that many people lived in this area, or where men work around here, where they wear business suits. This is not a business suit area, so I am absolutely stunned by the number of people there. So it's an interesting place, this Souders. It draws people out of who knows where, the woodwork. I do want to show you that I picked up something for lunch. It smells so good. It is this massive sandwich. Look at this. It's the Italian. It looks so good. There's a lot of goodness in there. So I'm excited about that. So that's it for today. I'll catch you later. We are leaving this evening to go visit my parents. And we're very excited, so I'll probably shoot some of that later. Okay? Bye. So Ken just let me know that he's getting out 20 minutes early from work. The last 15-20 minutes or so I've just been running around like a crazy lady, packing stuff up. I don't think you can see it behind me, but I have all of our laundry and our suitcases and our cat. I don't think you have met him yet, or maybe you have. If you're joining us on Instagram, you'll have seen a picture of him helping me vlog. His name is Augustus Binks Kittyman McWin. Just call him Augie or Augie Binks, or Binks, or Binksy Boo. Okay, he has a lot of nicknames. Bubba. You know, there are a lot of nicknames. He was named because I got him in August, and I wanted an old man sounding name. I'm obsessed with old man names for animals. We want to get a corgi and name him Winston, or something like that. And Binks is from the movie Hocus Pocus. There's a Thackeray Binks. He's the cat in the movie. And Augustus is a pure black cat. So, yeah. But he is coming with us. He comes with us every time we go to visit my parents. He has abandonment issues, so the minor stress of him being in the car is so much better than the major stress of him being alone for 2 days. He's a very good traveler. I trained him well from driving so much since he's been in my life. So he will be 8 this August, and he has been traveling in the car since probably a month, 2 months old tops. So, and long, like 8-9 hour trips that and this is just a 3.5-hour trip, so this is nothing. He'll talk a little bit. He'll meow every once in a while just to say, "Hey, I'm still here." But for the most part, it's he sleeps. He sleeps almost the whole trip. So we are on our way. I'm gonna just pick Ken up, and then we will be on the road. So I'll see you then. Look who's here!
Hi!
Yay! Ken is out of work, and we're on our way back to Erie.
We're going on an adventure.
Woo! No joke. Every time we go back to Erie, we tell our cat that we're going on an adventure, and he is now starting to understand what going on an adventure means. Today, it took me a half an hour of running up and down the stairs to catch him, to put him in his carrier. And you can see him back there, sulking.
Now, I think it does need to be said that our cat, Augie, travels extremely well. He doesn't mind travel, and he actually really enjoys it, because that's kind of the life that he's led since he was a baby. So
I did mention that. I told him a little bit about Augie.
Okay.
So.
Well, I reiterated.
Yes. That's fine.
And away we go.
So we should get home at about 11:30 tonight. It doesn't take too long, but
About 3.5 hours.
we make this journey every 2 weeks, so the driving does get a little. It does wear on you a little bit, but it's worth it to see Mom and Dad.
And having a person to drive with makes the drive that much easier.
Bleh.
Just being serious. I wasn't even trying to be mushy that time.
I think we're all just ready for Mom and Dad to be here so that we don't have to make this trip and we don't have to be separated. But
And ready for my weekend.
Woohoo!
Weekend!
Weekend! All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
It's Saturday. Well, it's Tuesday, but it's my Saturday.
It's our Saturday. It has been a very quiet, rainy day.
Although you couldn't tell it right now.
I mean, right now it's sunny, so it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and we decided, hey, it's sunny, let's go out and do something. It's been kind of a down day. We napped and we had breakfast, and then we went back to bed. So, yeah.
Oh, we got a little bit accomplished. We did some household stuff, and then decided, yeah, it's time to go. Time to take a nap.
A nap. So we were sitting in the house doing some laundry, and we were thinking, man, let's get out and enjoy the weather. It's 80-some degrees, and that's the first time this year that's been like that. So this will be my one day I'll get out and enjoy 80-degree weather before I start complaining about it. So we thought we'd get out and do some stuff. So why don't you come along with us?
Absolutely.
just stopped at Perry Monument, which is in Presque Isle State Park, which is the video you're seeing, or the landscapes, or the nature the nature stuff you're seeing, which is in Erie, Pennsylvania, and it's a pretty special spot for Ken and I. The state park is where Ken and I got married, and one of the first dates that we had, we came down to Perry Monument and walked around, and then a couple months later, well, no, it was about a year later.
It was about a year later.
About a little more than a year later, Pokemon Go came out.
Yay,
and,
Pokemon
woo!
Go!
And we've been huge Pokemon Go players.
We love Pokemon Go.
And we were so into it that we got my mom into it too. So my mom is a Pokemon Go mom. We call her a Pokemon. She's not with us right now because she and Dad are napping.
So this is not an admission of guilt.
So,
but we may or may not have played Pokemon Go while we were here.
We may or may not have, and by may or may not, we mean we did.
We absolutely did.
We played Pokemon Go without Mom.
We're addicted.
We're not addicted.
We're addicted.
We're not addicted. Unless you play without me, we're not addicted because we've not been playing that often lately.
I can neither confirm nor deny
Kenneth!
such scandalous accusations.
Kenneth!
I really haven't.
Okay, so we're not addicted, but we do try and play it when we get the opportunity.
Just because we love it, and it's a great way to get out and meet people.
And we absolutely do play more when we are down in Erie than we do when we're up in New York. So,
but part of that could be just because of familiarity with the area. I grew up in Erie, so I know most of it.
And we know where the hot spots in Erie are for Pokemon. So, we'll find them in New York as well.
We will, absolutely.
All right, just wanted to explain what we were up to, and back to nature.
Yay, nature! What time is it?
It's time to go home.
Oh, come on. It's adventure time.
Oh. It's
Oh.
7 o'clock in the morning.
7 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it's before 7 o'clock in the morning. It's 6:53.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We've been up for an hour and a half.
Roughly about 2 hours. I'm feeling pedantic today.
Yeah. It's a day that ends in Y.
Yeah. So we've got about a 3.5 hour trip ahead of us.
And we're so tired.
We are exhausted. It's been a great and amazing and fun weekend, but we're just...
Every
we're
time we
whooped.
visit my parents, it becomes a sprint. It just... plus, I mean, it's a lot of fun, but it becomes a lot of work.
Mhm.
And this time we stayed an extra night. We typically don't stay Monday night, Tuesday night. Typically don't stay 3 nights. We stayed an extra night last night because Mom needed some extra company and we didn't want to go yet. But now that means we have to drive home at 7 o'clock in the morning and we're not morning people. With the addition of the fact that it was it's super warm right now, and the air conditioning was not running last night, so neither of us slept that well.
But we are reveling in the air conditioning that's going on in the car.
Oh yeah, we are frigid right now and loving it. We are definitely cold weather people. During the winter, we actually have our bedroom window open.
Bedroom window open with a fan on.
Yeah, that's true.
There are even some days where I'm just like, it's too cold, and you're like, shut up.
Put another blanket on.
But see, I think that's the thing about heat, the difference between heat and cold. Cold, you can add more layers. You can put another blanket on. There's only so much that you can take off until you're socially not accepted anymore.
And then you keep going, and then you're just dead.
So yes, it's a very early morning.
But there are days when it's so hot I do want to die. And
it's a very early morning for a very early morning adventure. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
yes. And you may hear a cat in the background because he's grumpy.
He travels extremely well, but he's still...
He'd much prefer to be stationary.
Yeah.
He likes being at my parents' house, and he wishes he could stay there. But if he's at our house, he wishes he could stay there. So whatever of the two homes he's at, he wishes he could just be there.
It's much more of a, I wish I could stay there until he gets to the other place.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I can stay here.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
So, a few years ago, I was living in Pittsburgh, and I was really fed up with the amount of traffic that I had to deal with. There were tons of bridges and tunnels all around Pittsburgh, and you can't avoid it. I was always frustrated by the amount of traffic that built up around all the bridges and the tunnels, and I couldn't figure it out. So I had to do some research to figure out why the traffic was always so bad around bridges and tunnels. And it's this thing called kinesthetic wave formation.
Kinesthetic wave formation! Woo!
And it's this thing in physics where if one vehicle stops and then starts going again, the next vehicle takes a little longer to start going again. And the vehicle behind them takes a little bit longer than the second vehicle. Until you get back 10 and 15 vehicles, and then that person sits there for like 30, 40, 50, 60 seconds longer than the first person. Well, why do I bring this up now? I'll tell you why.
Okay.
We're experiencing it right now. And it's really frustrating.
Kinesthetic wave formation!
Kinesthetic wave formation!
Woo!
Woo!
Science! Your breath.
Hello! The adventure continues.
So we've been home, we unloaded, got the cat out of the car, and decided to go to Walmart.
Well, we didn't decide. Our landlord decided that before we had our air conditioner, we needed plexiglass and caulking.
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 Gotta get that L in there. Otherwise, it's not appropriate for YouTube.
So I went to Walmart to pick up some other groceries we need, and
Then-
caulking.
Then we'll be off to Lowe's to get that piece of fiberglass or plexiglass, whatever.
Plexiglass.
Plexiglass.
We're not putting fiberglass in the window.
No. It's not a good idea. It's probably more expensive.
And maybe we're gonna get some plants. We have this little piece of dirt outside of our front door, and our neighbors put some fresh mulch and stuff out today. Now ours looks drab and dingy and terrible, and they're making us look bad, and we can't have that. So we're gonna maybe look at some flowers. So
Come look at flowers with us.
oh, that's an option.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So,
Well-
Walmart was not as successful as we wanted it to be.
We did not have a good trip to Walmart.
Oh, we had a good trip to Walmart, just not for the gardening supplies that we were looking for.
That's true. It was not a successful trip to Walmart for some things.
But now we are on our way to Lowe's
Lowe's.
and probably stopping at a gas station to get petrol here shortly.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
We're at about an eighth of a tank.
Well,
We can make it to Lowe's.
and then we could just stay at Lowe's.
Yeah. It's air conditioned there. We'll be fine.
Oh, air conditioning.
You are our best friend.
I have told Ken before that if he ever made me choose between him and air conditioning, it would be a hard decision.
And I would never make her choose.
And I'd probably still choose air conditioning.
Yeah.
You know where you rate.
I can't blame her for any of that.
But he would never make me choose.
No, I'm not that kind of guy.
Well, you also love air conditioning.
That too. Add layers of clothing.
And there's literally nothing better in the world. My favorite feeling in the universe is being chilled and then getting under a blanket and cuddling and getting warmed up. That is the best feeling in the universe.
Let's be a little more specific and boost my ego just a little bit. Cuddling with me.
Cuddling with Augie.
Yeah.
And Ken. And Augie.
Or just Augie.
And Ken. But mostly Augie.
It's glad to know where I stand.
You are the best cuddler.
I don't know about that.
You are. You
You
are
just-
the best cuddler.
You just shots fired. You just issued a challenge to the entire internet.
You're the best cuddler. There's nobody who can prove me wrong.
Challenge accepted. By
You can't-
somebody.
You can't accept somebody's challenge for them.
I'm sure that somebody, as soon as you said that, was like, well, damn, I'm a better cuddler. Challenge accepted.
No, it's not possible.
Not even more than those professional cuddlers that you're hearing about
That's
now?
just creepy. Well, yeah, that's creepy. I mean, it's not creepy.
It's kind of creepy.
It's
Emergency pit stop.
I need the water.
Woo!
We'll show you in just a second. I'm taking a video.
This is our emergency pit stop. At Lake Geneva.
Oh, Seneca Lake.
It's one of the two. Lake Geneva.
We're new to the area. We're still learning. So, Lowe's was a success. We got everything we needed to do the air conditioning and our front little garden. And in just a second, you are going to see that. And it's done. Only took about 15 minutes. I'm not sure if the lantern's staying outside or what, but we have a bunch of lanterns from our wedding. I might try and find one that's a little bit more weather safe, I guess. Won't get damaged by the wind and the rain. But that's what it looks like.